is Carol Brown, and I'm here. It's March 2nd, and it's the second day for me to being with you to read my book, The Harriet Tubman Way, The Inspirational Guide to Self-Love, Empowerment, and Legendary Leadership for Girls. This book is full of beautiful stories from Harriet Tubman's life, which I portray Harriet Tubman. I've done it for 25 years. And when I wrote this book, I wrote it as if the stories were being shared with you by Harriet herself. So I'm going to read a chapter a day. And in this book, along with the chapters and the stories, there are discussion questions. And every chapter opens up with a quote from a well-known African-American woman. And if you have the supplemental ebook, you'll see their faces on the cover. If you do not have the supplemental ebook, the link to receive that will be in the comments from this video and other videos on my YouTube page that you can connect with. Now, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube page so that way you will be able to get announcements for all the upcoming lives and new videos. So let's get started. This is just a 15-minute talk. I'm going to start with part 1. And for most parts, these chapters will be just by themselves. But part 1 and part 2, part 3, all include vital information and quotes that you should know about and people that you should learn about. Part 1, Love in Actions. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be joyful. You deserve to be celebrated. But in order to do that, you must first fall madly in love with yourself. That quote is by Lisa Nichols. For Minty, a small, sickly, and timid little girl, to become Harriet Tubman, a free woman that is known for her courage and compassionate leadership, she had to realize that she deserved a better life. She learned to love herself. Self-love is a concept that many girls struggle with as they mature. All of the images of perfections of beauty, talent, and achievements of others can blur one's image of one's own attributes. Every person born has their unique beauty, purpose, and worthiness to be loved and respected. This is not just from Harriet Tubman. Do an internet search for songs about self-love. You will find songs from all types of singing styles with the message, love yourself. With the power that comes from love, there are no boundaries to what you can do. Love is the answer. When you love other people, you care about their safety, health, living conditions, and how others treat them. This love does not have to be limited to your own family. Love of all people builds a community that will hold us together. Harriet Tubman's stories are an example of what love in actions means. Love is not just a word that's hard to describe. It is the responsibility that powers actions. Love in actions is rooted in caring for the well-being or love of yourself and love of all others, people, animals, and the planet. Chapter 1, Love Yourself First. When I was around 18, I looked in the mirror and said, you're either going to love yourself or hate yourself. And I decided to love myself. That changed a lot of things. That's Queen Latifah. Save yourself first. I was born around 1820 or 1821. I ain't right sure. Because there ain't no papers to tell my birth date. My mama said it was the spring of the year, about March. Now, we lived on the eastern shore of Maryland, in Dorchester County. My name when I was born was Araminta Ross. People called me Minty for short. My daddy's name was Benjamin Ross. We called him Daddy Ben. My mama's name was Harriet Green. When I was about 24 years old, I changed my name to Harriet, like my mama. There was 9 of us children, and I was in the middle. Daddy Ben worked for the Baltimore shipyard as a lumberman. Ooh, Daddy taught me all kind of things about the woods, where to hide, which berries was good to eat, and which ones was for medicine. Mama worked up in the big house as a cook. My master hired me out to work away from my parents when I was a young child, about 5 or 6 years old. I worked long hours. I had to grow up fast. When I was away from my family, the people I worked for yelled at me and whipped me for not doing my work right, or for just being me. It was hard on me not to be heartbroken and sad all the time. My master was always sending me to work for some mean folks. When I didn't work out for them, they sent me back home. Then after I got to feeling better with my family, the master would send me back to work for some folks meaner than the other ones were. When I was home, I felt like someone were being treated kindly and that someone loved me. Sleeping with my mama on her bed made me feel so warm and safe. Mama didn't have a bed, just a quilt on the floor. But I was always as close to her on the floor as to sleep as I could be. Well, I love my family. And their love is what I held on to in my heart. I always had mamas praying and cooking and daddies singing and stories and my sisters and brothers laughing and playing with me. When I was away from my folks and alone on a cold, hard floor, just thinking about them helped me feel better. All I could do to comfort myself was to think of my family, sing, and pray to Jesus. The only joy in my life was my family. So I asked Jesus to keep me near my family always. Well, he brought me through those hard times. Those mean folks couldn't break my spirit. You see, my grandmother, her name was Modesty. She was born in Africa. She told us stories about being free and how we come from strong, smart, and loving people, kings and queens. I held on to what my parents had taught me. We all are part of a chain of people. My grandmother connected me to people from long ago. I had the spirit of leaders, queens and kings in my blood. That's right. They always told me one day life will be better. I believed them. But it sure took a long time to come. I love myself enough to know I had the right to be free. And when I got the chance to leave, I left to save myself. You see, if you see, you have to take actions to save yourself before you can save anybody else. Love in actions. Remember that saying, love in actions. We call this your spirit or your soul. Love yourself first. Hold on to pleasant thoughts. Harriet Tubman's childhood was heartbreaking. She suffered from physical and mental abuse. However, she had something to hold on to when there was no one around to protect her. Love. Love comes from who you are inside. We call this your spirit or your soul. Feeling positive about yourself, even when life is hard, is important to self-love and self-care. Fortunately, Minty had the love of her family. When there is no particular person to hold on to, there is faith in one's strong, unbreakable spirit. This strong spirit is part of one's personality. Your future is dependent on how you feel about yourself. Love yourself first. Love yourself enough to believe you can achieve your biggest dreams. There's activities for you and discussion questions. Number 1, Queen Latifah, named Dana Elaine Owens, was born on March 18, 1970. She is an American singer, songwriter, rapper, actress, and producer. There are 2 versions of Queen Latifah's song, UNITY. I want you to watch both versions. There's a Queen Latifah UNITY 2014 Nobel Peace Prize concert. And then there's the Queen Latifah, the official music video for UNITY. Watch both of them and discuss the song, both versions, and the messages to both girls and guys. Has the need for this song message changed? When times are difficult and you are sad, hurt, or your spirit is down, what do you have to hold on to? What thoughts make you feel better? That's the discussion on Queen Latifah in Chapter 1. Now I'm going to share the discussion for Part 1 with a quote from Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols was born in 1966. She is an American business owner, best-selling author, and award-winning motivational speaker. She went from a poor single mother to a multi-millionaire. 1. Review her quote at the beginning of Part 1 of this book about loving yourself. What do you think about this quote? Read Lisa Nichols' remarkable story of how she went from a single mother with no money for diapers to a multi-million-dollar business owner. Her story is at her website, which is motivation, www.motivating the masses, motivatingthemasses.com. The journaling for Lisa's part of part 1. 1. Write down your name. Now, list what you love to do that always makes you feel happy. Revisit this list when you're feeling down. 2. Start with writing some affirmations. An affirmation is a positive statement that you read daily to help you feel better, to help you believe the statements about yourself. Post affirmations in places that you look at every day, such as your mirror, or set a daily reminder on your phone calendar to send you an affirmation. Get creative. Visit our website, www.karolv for Vanessa, Brown, BROWN.com. You will find a list of affirmations to get you started with your own list. Use the words in your artwork. Get creative. Draw, write, or make something beautiful that is positive. Beautiful, and draw, write, and make something to beautify the positive things you love about yourself. Keep it where you can see it daily. And share your creativity with others. That is chapter 2 and March the 2nd. I'll be back tomorrow, March the 3rd at noon Pacific time or 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for chapter 2. Survive and make changes. See you then.